we're going to begin with the basic hoop earrings. Starting off our materials, we have 20 gauge brass wire in gold. The ring mandrel that we will be using is in 1/2 inch diameter, which is a size 2 ring. You can also use any round object from around the house, such as a Sharpie or a makeup brush. Then we have a fingernail file to smooth down any rough edges on the end of our earrings. Next we have a ruler, and for these hoops, which are in 1/2 inch diameter, we will need 2 1/4 inches of wire. The length of wire that you need depends on the size or diameter of the hoop you want to create. And now we're going to look at the pliers. First off, we have these needle nose pliers, which have a tapered shape, smaller at the tip, wider at the base, and we will use them to create these loops on the backs of the earrings. Next we have these wire cutters or snips, which are for, well, cutting the wire. So lastly, if you have a multi-purpose tool, it will not only have the needle nose and wire cutter, but it also will have this flat edge. So if you have a multi-tool like this, you can actually make these earrings with only this one set of pliers. Alright, now that we have all of our supplies together, we can begin creating our hoops. And we're going to do that by pulling out a length of wire and placing it on a ruler and cutting it at that 2 1/4 inch mark. So we're going to hold it at 2 1/4 inches and pinch it there, and then take our wire cutters and cut it flush against our fingers where we are pinching it. With the wire cut to length, we're going to take our needle nose pliers and create a loop at one end of the wire. We're going to place the wire in the tip of our pliers about 1/4 inch down from the end, and then give it a couple small twists to create a loop at the end of the wire. Then we want that loop to be directly over the long end of the wire, so we're going to pinch it in our pliers and give it a small twist so that it is centered up and down over that long end. Once we have the loop on one end, we're going to take the file and smooth the other end of the wire so that when we put it in our ear, we won't scratch the skin. With the end of the wire now filed smooth, we can shape the earring by placing it on the ring mandrel. Holding it tightly, wrap the wire around the cylinder and press it into shape, making sure that both ends are flat against the mandrel. Once the wire is formed, we'll finish the hoop with our needle nose pliers and bend that loop that we created at the beginning back over itself so that it is slightly up and down. We want this to be a little more upright since it is the back of the earring and will be against the back of our ear, so that when we put the wire through our ear, it will slide into that loop. Then we will place it on the ring mandrel again to make sure that it is nice and round, and adjusting that back loop as necessary to make sure that it will fit nicely on our ear. To wear the hoops, twist the wire to the side and put it on, and then push the wire through the loop at the back. And there you have your first basic hoop. Make the other hoop and go wear what you've created. Hopefully that was super simple. Stay tuned for the next video.